They're in all the imperial centers of the world, guys. One of them is in Istanbul. Gold, just imagine. Made of gold. I wouldn't fit in this bed. 83 tons, guys. Anyone can cry as much as they want. I'm trembling all over. Look at this beauty, man. It's like a gift shop. You have to come and see this. Look at the craftsmanship of the necklaces. As a jeweler, I'll show you the most important piece, of course. Guys, greetings to everyone. You see the pyramids behind me. We're in Giza, we're in Egypt, and we're at the recently inaugurated and highly anticipated Grand Egyptian Museum, where many prominent international world leaders rushed for the opening. Well, many leaders, let's not say all. This is the magnificent Great Egyptian Museum. You see two pyramids behind me. There are 3 pyramids in Giza, as I showed you before. Right now they're calling this museum the 4th Pyramid of Giza because it's a magnificent museum. They've gathered the most spectacular artifacts from all the major museums here. Of course, the stolen ones are still in the Metropolitan Museum in London and so on and so forth. We have some too, by the way. It's crowded. I bought the ticket yesterday. I got it online. I got the guided one. So as you can see, it is going to cost you roughly $40 or $50. It's absolutely worth it for this museum. So guys, there are quite a few people lining up here to buy their tickets. There is most likely no ticket shortage currently right now. Where do we enter? Online tickets for the smart ones like me. Smart. Chernobyl. The guy's t-shirt says Chernobyl. That is such an incredibly meaningful t-shirt. I paid 1,850 Egyptian pounds. Let's see. Can I check the tickets? Yeah? Thanks, boss. Yes. These are probably Italians. But they look like they're from Turkey too. No. Spanish. Spanish tourists. So many Spanish tourists come on these cultural trips. When you go to places like Nepal, there's an influx of Spanish tourists too. India. The Spanish are an interesting people. They're not like the Germans, they go into more dangerous places too. We're at one of the most magnificent things in the world right now. The 4th, we'll see why it got the name pyramid in a bit. There's an obelisk. These obelisks are found in the imperial centers of the whole world. Friends. One of them is in Istanbul. They're transported by ships, if I remember correctly. There's one in Argentina too, but it's a fake. There's one in America. There is one in Rome and many other places. And right here, it is located in the main central city square. Here, for example, there were probably many concerts here. And they're taking them down right now. Only the artifact is there. Wow, it's so beautiful. I'm so excited. I wonder what we'll see now. It's built with triangular pyramid architecture. Everything is a pyramid. And here's a giant door, the entrance. This is also pyramid shaped. Everyone is filming the things outside, but man, the real deal is inside. Anyway, let's take a photo at the entrance of this door. Something to keep as a special souvenir. Oh wow, look at her. Wow, very beautiful. Very beautiful. Thank you very much. In this so-called 4th museum, you just want to smack those people who keep blowing smoke. And they blow it right in your face too. Yes, that is right. So how are you doing on this fine day? Hello, my dear. You're a champ. Hello, dear. I don't like this guy at all. God, look at what a crowd, what a crowd. Friends, as you know, I've been traveling for many years now, and we donate all our income as educational scholarships to students affected by the devastating earthquake at Darussafaka. On this journey, just English language schools have been incredibly helpful to me, and they still are. That is exactly why I would recommend that you choose just English language schools in both America and Turkey. And I'm going to give you a little comparison. How can you learn a language? Besides traveling the world, English is now very important in trade and business life. More important than anything. So how can you learn English? First, you can learn it in the preparatory departments of universities. I'm turning around like this so you can see the view behind me too. If you pay between 600,000 and 2 million lira, they can teach you English in university prep departments. Other than that, if you go to just English or any language course, you can get language training for between 80,000 and 200,000 lira, or you can have your children take it. And the third option is like this. You can learn with artificial intelligence. Yes, and this will cost you almost 0 lira. Of course, just English is not ignoring the artificial intelligence revolution. At the same time, it offers the best learning method with AI-supported education. Guys, as soon as we enter this area, we are immediately faced with the second massive and impressive giant statue of Ramses. This is the original, guys. It's unbelievable. My hands and feet are shaking. Look at this beauty. Oh man. Can you take one for me? Before Christ, it was commissioned between 1279 and 1213. Guys, this statue, Ramses II, Ramses stayed in power for a total of 66 years. He is one of the pharaohs who stayed in power the longest in Egypt. Oh my God, honestly, well done. Of course, the statues, imagine it's BC, 1213, and you come across this statue. You're like a Bedouin in the desert. Incredible. In Ramses' time with the Hittites, I mean our people, I count the Hittites as one of us. I have no intention of letting other nations claim the Hittites. They're all us, guys. They all belong to us. Anyone can cry as much as they want. Choram and Ankara are the centers of the Hittites today. You can go and see their works. So he's fighting with us. The Treaty of Kadesh is signed. And this first treaty was made during the reign of Ramses II. It's between the Hittites and the Egyptians. The third, Hatshepsut makes it. It's a draw. In the end, both sides declare victory, guys. It looks just like this. The statue is 11 meters. 11 meters. We saw a similar statue in Memphis. This is the unbroken version. The statue in Memphis, or we will see it. Muhammad Ali wanted to gift this statue to Emperor Louis, but they couldn't carry it. Good thing they couldn't. Oh my God, guys, it's so beautiful. There's so much here, you know. 83 tons, guys. This is 2 tons more than those gummy bear mines in Turkey that Melih Gökçek was talking about. 2 tons more. There are 81 tons in Turkey. It is meticulously crafted from limestone. The left leg is stepping forward, the back leg is behind. Oh, good old Ramses, guys. This is the legendary Ramses II. He feels a great love for Nefertiti, and on his left leg is Nefertiti's daughter. I mean, their own daughter, the one from Nefertiti. He expresses his love for Nefertiti like this. He says that the sun rises for her and it sets for her. Oh my God, look at that love, look at that love, oh my God. You really have to come and see this. It's incredible. So beautiful. Wish these people weren't here. You see how much of a humanist I am, right? I wish I were all alone. There are people sitting right next to the statues of pharaohs. They're just chilling. But look, they did this part well. Sitting pharaohs and a seating area for sitting people. Scarab, dung beetle. Now the third, we're in front of the Sphinx of Amenemhat. It must have caught your eye at first glance. It has a very different style from the Sphinxes you're used to. Usually in Sphinxes we see a human face and a lion's body, but here, the pharaoh's face is intertwined with massive ears and a thick lion's mane. This design symbolizes that the pharaoh is not just a ruler, but also a divine figure with the wild power of a lion. This piece from the Middle Kingdom period is made of black granite. We are witnessing one of the most powerful periods of Egyptian history right now. Take a look at this massive statue. There's Ramses II. With the Sun God Ra-Horakhty side by side, with this statue, the pharaoh is actually giving this message. I am not just your king, I am the partner of the gods on earth. They're equal. Even though it's a bit worn by time, that majestic stance still fascinates people. Climbing these stairs of the Grand Egyptian Museum, you really feel like you've embarked on a journey in the Valley of the Kings. The one I'm standing in front of is the god Ptah. He was known as one of the wisest gods of ancient Egypt. The Egyptians believed that he created the universe just with his imagination, simply by imagining it and just by saying its name. Imagine, he creates the universe just by saying its name. He's also the god of architects and craftsmen. Yes, here we see an old friend, Caracalla, the Roman emperor. He rules Egypt from Rome. He's the Roman emperor, but he believes he possesses the soul of Alexander. He has such an obsession. This guy. His father dies and he becomes co-emperor with Geta, his brother Geta. Then he has Geta killed guys and has his name erased. Geta's. This is the statue of Caracalla found in Egypt. And this is a statue that's about 2,000 years old. I mean, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. He has traveled all the way here to visit the legendary ancient tomb of Alexander the Great, guys. King Seti. Man, look at the magnificence of the craftsmanship of these statues, the delicacy of the carving, and the legacy of Thutmose III. This is a remarkable statue of Thutmose. This is probably red granite. Mostly, as if it were made yesterday. It's magnificent. People are constantly making these absurd moves, filming TikToks constantly, I mean. This is the magnificent and imposing statue of Queen Hatshepsut. I truly believe this must be the very first female pharaoh to ever rule completely alone in all of ancient Egypt. Statue of Amenhotep. What a king. And a statue of a pharaoh. A statue of a king from the Middle Kingdom, but the king's name is unknown. Things that always inspired Lord of the Rings and so on. Middle Kingdom, Upper Kingdom, Lower Kingdoms. To show you just how many tourists there are here today, just take a look way up there. Look, this is a very large museum, by the way. I mean, in such a short time, it's not a museum that can be toured. I'll give you a summary. Generally, I don't like touring museums much, filming videos. I personally like it quite a lot myself, but this particular place is truly extra special. Please, I am asking you, don't touch it, man. Seriously, just don't touch it at all. You touch every damn thing. There are very ignorant people. This piece standing next to me right now is no ordinary stone. Ancient Egypt's most powerful female pharaoh. The very tip of Hatshepsut's obelisk reaching for the sky. This is called a Pyramidion. You see Hatshepsut kneeling before King Amun, the god Amun, receiving a blessing from him. But there's a very interesting detail. The queen is depicted here in the attire of a male pharaoh. The traditional pharaonic beard, the name's headdress and male clothing, yet she's a woman. So why? Hatshepsut wasn't claiming to be a man, of course. The people knew she was a woman. In Egyptian tradition, the pharaoh was the son of the god Horus. There wasn't even a concept of a female pharaoh. Therefore, to legitimize her power and fulfill the role of pharaoh, she had to use male pharaonic symbols. This wasn't a matter of identity, it was a matter of political and religious authority. The magnificent Sphinx of Ramesses. There is the Alexander sarcophagus in the Archaeology Museum. It's magnificent. In my opinion, it's one of the greatest wonders of the world. Go and see it. Don't touch it, son, don't touch it. Look. Man, it's unbelievable. Look, these are all... No. Okay. No? What's this? I liked it too. They keep touching it, guys. They keep touching it. They keep touching it. But these are 3,000 or 4,000 year old artifacts. I mean, I really didn't understand this about Egypt, honestly. It's a real shame. Because these aren't just for Egyptians, they're for all humanity. They're ours too, you know. Human history. They keep touching them like this. Look, thousands visit this museum daily, millions in total. What if everyone touches them? It's ruined. There's a very interesting statue here. King Ramses. There's a goddess behind him. She's embracing him from behind, protecting Ramses. I really like this statue. Here with the hieroglyphics. Libyan tribes were constantly attacking to take Egypt's wealth. Here, Ramses is presenting a sword. The story tells of the victory won against the Libyan tribes, and he ceremoniously presents the sword to celebrate the triumphant victory. There are such absolutely magnificent hieroglyphics here. You'd need to film 80 or 100 episodes for these, to tell each of their stories, but I'll try to tell you the most interesting ones. Look at the magnificence of the ancient hieroglyphics. It is such a great honor to see these up close. Magnificent. We're looking at a 1,000-year-old love story right now. The love between Meryre and Iniuy still hasn't ended. 3,500 years ago, it says this: we live together, we will die together, and together we will be reborn. This was Queen Merysank's coffin, guys. She was buried 272 days after her death. This looks like breasts, doesn't it? Yeah. That was very scientific. Oh, here too. Let's look from below. No, there's no place to hold it underneath. Interesting. Queen Merysank. The queen was 151 centimeters tall. A 1+1 house, a tiny little lover. A 1+1 coffin. No, man, it's not a breast, it was a handle. This guy was a pretty hard-working man. Both the official scribe to the king, the overseer of the royal livestock, and the chief administrator of his food supplies, along with other similar roles. And the name of this individual is Thutmose. Now, they've documented a significant amount of information about the man's deeds on it. A total lawyer and a dedicated cat mom as well. There's a truly incredible, absolutely remarkable scene here, guys. Everyone's taking photos. Everyone. Everyone in the world's an Instagrammer now. Everyone. They've all become Instagrammers. There's this one guy constantly filming everything like this. Everything. Someone standing in front of every piece taking photos. Just like this. Not just one, but dozens, hundreds of them. Filming this side too. And this side as well. Now look, this is Egyptian art. The eyes. By making them appear slanted like this, making almond eyes, we can say that it is one of the most recognizable and characteristic styles of Egyptian art. This is seen elsewhere too. For example, Amenhotep village in Marmaris towards Datsa. Is it part of Datsa? It's part of Marmaris? No, it's Datsa. There's Amenhotep village in Datsa. There are many artifacts there. It was probably a very important center for trade. There was plenty of trade with Egypt, and in Amenhotep village, artifacts resembling Egyptian art with almond eyes and slanted eyes like this have been found. You can see them in the Marmaris Museum. Of course, they're small, not like this. They were inspired by Egyptian art. Or the people they traded with by ship gifted them statues of their gods and so on. Incredible. Goddess Hathor column capital. Take a look at this massive face. This piece is not a single statue. It's the top part of a massive temple column. That is the capital. You can recognize it immediately because it has cow ears, everyone. These column capitals actually symbolize a sacred musical instrument called a sistrum. Right above its head, there's a small temple structure we call a naos. If you look very carefully, a sacred snake carrying a golden sun disk glides out of that ancient temple. This snake is known as the Uraeus. King Akhenaten and his entire family are now worshipping the sun god Aten. Here we can see Queen Nefertiti and Princess Mekhetaten. They are depicted here worshipping the sun disk, Aten. I might be slightly wrong about the specific dates, but the kingdom continued in Egypt until the year 1952. The dynasty continues. And the founder of this dynasty that continued until 52 is Muhammad Ali of Kavala, our Kavala guy that is. His grandchildren continue until 1952. Then Egypt becomes a republic. Muhammad Ali of Kavala is also Albanian. He seized this place with Albanian soldiers and even rebelled against the Ottomans, marched as far as Konya, and so on. That's another story. Here are the statues of goddess Sekhmet, Ramses, and god Ptah. Now I'm going to show you something very interesting. This is the famous lost city, everyone. Even Herodotus writes about it in his records. Herodotus says there's a city called Heracleion, and that city doesn't exist. Herodotus mentions it, but people don't know about it. Until recently, the city of Heracleion, that is Heracleion, built in the name of Hercules. You know, our Erelis today, Karadeniz Erelisi, Konya Erelisi, they are actually Heracleion too. Gradually, by saying Heraklion, Heraklion, they became Erele. And that city of Heracleion was found underwater recently. Can you imagine? A city like Atlantis is found underwater. And right now, that ancient city continues to lie deep under this sea, beneath the waves. But they've excavated these statues, guys. Both are from the Ptolemaic dynasty, that is the dynasty of Alexander the Great's generals. They're Greeks, but the Ptolemaic dynasty that came here accepted the Egyptian religion, not the Greek one, and they also accepted being gods, and they were deified. And they themselves say, of course, we're kings, but if you call us gods, that's okay. They say, and they become deified. They start dressing like Egyptian dynasties, like the Pharaohs. Incredible. The woman is dressed like Isis. The city is still underwater. These were recovered from that ancient sunken city, guys. It is widely believed to be a statue of Queen Arsinoe II, probably. As I mentioned earlier, these figures represent a queen and a king from the Greek dynasty that ruled over Egypt. It is quite a strange thought, isn't it? Alexander the Great's generals and his lineage ruled over the land of Egypt for many years. The Ottomans, we ruled it. Incredible. Sunken city. I said 12 kilometers, it's 2.5 kilometers, guys. My apologies. Like that. Incredible. An artifact at every turn. Eighteenth dynasty Pharaoh, Amenhotep II. He's also known as the Archer King or the Athletic Pharaoh due to the physical strength and athletic skills he showed in his youth. The king is depicted kneeling and holding new jars in his hands, which were used for making offerings to the gods. This pose symbolizes the pharaoh's respect and devotion before the gods. He wears the Nemes headdress, a symbol of kingship, and the protective cobra, the Uraeus, on his forehead. There are horse-drawn chariots. Gold. Just imagine. Look at the beauty. It's just incredible. Coming at you in a majestic chariot shining brightly in the sun, with a sharp spear in hand, gleaming. This is the great Pharaoh himself. Look at the magnificence of the craftsmanship from thousands of years ago. These are detailed miniature hunting scenes. Look, the king's royal bed is made of solid gold. I wouldn't fit in this bed. He must have been quite a tiny king, tiny little king. It's incredibly beautiful. Look at the necklaces. These are ancient scarab beetles, crafted from lapis and vibrant turquoise stones. Just take a moment to observe the incredible craftsmanship of these necklaces from the perspective of a professional jeweler. Tutankhamun's clothes, everyone. Magnificent. They're huge, everyone. Enormous. Food containers larger than glasses. These are for them to eat on their journey to the afterlife. They are buried for mummies or, high-ranking governors, pharaohs, and princesses to consume as nourishment in the next life. They are buried with these. These are wines and so on. Anyway, regarding Tutankhamun's remarkable walking sticks. In fact, a total of 130 of them were found. Everyone. Do you see this? He used to stamp his seal everywhere he stepped. 130 of these walking sticks were found. A great many workers and faithful and loyal servants were buried alongside the king. He was entombed with these countless attendants to serve him throughout his eternal journey into the afterlife. It's unbelievable. It looks like a little gift shop. Oh my goodness, these are so beautiful. These look like toy soldiers to you. They look that way to me too, and I really like them. But these are the wooden model soldiers of Meseti, Governor Meseti. What is the purpose? To protect Meseti in the other world after he dies. The first group is Egyptian. You can see the color difference anyway. The second group is Black Nubian, meaning Sudanese archers. These Nubian archers have extraordinary skills in using bows and arrows. In fact, ancient Egyptians used to call the Nubia region Seti, meaning the land of the bow. They used to form the most highly elite and feared units of the Egyptian army. They are truly incredible works of art. These are the ones that were discovered inside of Tutankhamun's tomb. Shrines, meaning small temples, from Tutankhamun's tomb. It's unbelievable. They're all gold. They all slide down. Their tops can be opened. This is the second one. Everyone, this is the fourth one. Oh my goodness. And we've reached the most important part. This is the outer one, guys. It's like a Matryoshka doll. Luckily, this is gold. 110 kilograms. 23 carat. The coffin that holds the mummy. These coffins are like Matryoshka dolls, guys. This is the coffin where Tutankhamun's mummy is kept. 1, 2, and 3. Incredible. Anubis, the ancient guardian of the tomb. He is one of the other sacred guardians. There is one solid gold knife and one iron knife that once belonged to King Tutankhamun, but iron was more valuable back then. Because iron hadn't been invented yet, and it was made from meteorites, stones from space, so it was very rare. That's why iron was more expensive. Tutankhamun's toe covers. This museum has everything. I mean, it's an incredibly vast museum, and I can't fit it all into these videos. But of course, I'll show you the most important piece. Tutankhamun's pure gold. 23 karat, not 24, 23. 24 karat is too soft. Tutankhamun's mummy was carefully mummified in this specific manner, wrapped with many layers of fine linen and ornate bands of solid gold. This is one of Tutankhamun's royal thrones, but I believe it is one from back when he was just a young child. This is because it is very small. Tiny, 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 tiny Tutankhamun. I'd love to tell you more, but unfortunately, I'm both following a guide and trying to narrate. It's very hard. And well, they took my passport as a deposit for this headset. I'm worried they might just leave and I'll be stuck here without a passport. Honestly, it's tough. Yes. Hello, dear. She's staring. The girl is staring right at me. Yes, guys, they really had such a hard time finding my passport. I mean, give them an ID or something less important, like a driver's license, but don't give your passport or you won't be able to fly. Egyptians aren't exactly the most organized people. They used to be, but don't rely on that. I mean, don't trust what happened 3,000 or 4,000 years ago thinking, man, they built pyramids. Surely they can look after my passport. Don't say that, because you never know. Honestly, they searched for 15 minutes. I mean, I was going crazy. There's nothing. And there's a full moon back there. The moon god, Egypt's moon god, is watching us. Ra has set. All right, everyone. Sending much love and respect to everyone from the Grand Egyptian Museum. Please don't forget to subscribe. You might forget, but if you do, there are really no worries. What more can I say? What else can I do? I'm just doing my job, trying to provide education for children. I'd appreciate it if you support me. Even if you don't, please do. I mean, why wouldn't you? Why? All right, take care of yourselves. See you soon. I love you all.